Welcome. Hey, everyone. Good morning. Happy Monday. Today is May 4th, and we are going to be having some fun here this morning. We're going to talk about something that was by request from some of you on one of our past coffee talks. We talked about email marketing, list building, writing emails, subject lines, all of that stuff. So I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and dedicate one of these coffee talks to just that. Let's go ahead and focus one of these coffee talks on going over actually how to write email that comes across as you genuinely care, which we want to do because you should genuinely care about people and who you're writing to in your market. And even if you're not the face of your brand, you should be coming from a place of value. How are you adding value to people as they are discovering your brand? And there's different ways that you can do it, but email is probably the number one way, I believe, to stay in front of people that are interested in your business and your services, and really how to build a relationship. And that is doing that through email. So we're going to talk about that here today. And I've actually spent a little bit of time this morning. Actually, it was about 10 minutes of time to write an email. I'm going to go through that email line by line, subject line and all. And you're going to see exactly how I would craft an email if I was, which I'm not, if I was actually writing to this particular market. But you're going to have to stay tuned, all right? Because I'm going to be revealing that here in this coffee talk. Now, if you want me to actually do a future coffee talk and go maybe into a different market, maybe you can give me a suggestion. Maybe it's your market. Maybe it's just an example of one that you want me to do. If you do that, I will go ahead and consider writing an email to that market as if we were delivering content to that market. So anyway, happy Monday. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't mind Mondays. A lot of people are like, oh, it's Monday. Mondays. Oh, I hate Mondays. I don't mind Mondays. I've really enjoyed Mondays for probably the past, 18 years since I've been self-employed, because really being able to have your own schedule, set your own schedule, it shouldn't matter what day it is. You should be able to make that the best day ever and just structure that day. So guys, do me a favor. Before we kick this off, I'm going to give it a couple minutes because, well, Facebook sometimes takes a little bit of time to let people know that I am live, and maybe just a little reminder. But I do have something for you today that if you want to be reminded, okay, you can sign up for a messenger list. All right. And all that's going to do, all that this messenger list is going to do is be a way for me to remind you about our coffee talks. If I have something related to our coffee talks, I will message you through Messenger. Okay. Because I figure, you know what? If you're watching this on Facebook, then you're probably on Facebook and you will probably get a notification there, and it'll be a good reminder. So if you're interested in joining and being officially part of our Take Action Morning Crew, that's kind of what we've called ourselves now. If you want to go ahead and do that, I'm going to go ahead and put that link up right now. It's going to take you to a page that says Messenger, and it'll just say join as, and then it'll be whatever your name is. So let me go ahead and put that up on the screen. It's theamazingseller.com/coffee crew. All right, go ahead and do that. theamazingseller.com/coffee crew. And from there, you will be notified when I go live. And also, if I have anything extra that I want to send just my coffee crew, just you people, it'll be a small group. This is going to be a small group. If you want to be part of the coffee crew, the Take Action Morning Crew, that is, make sure that you go to theamazingseller.com/coffee crew. And if you're watching this on YouTube, well, you'll still get a notification. Then you can just know that I'm live on YouTube. YouTube and Facebook, even Instagram, it's either hit or miss if people get notified. And you should already know that I'm going live every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So let's go. Let's see who's in the comments here. Let's see who's showing up today. Deborah, what is up? Good morning. Todd in the house. Todd, you're going to like this email I wrote, inspired by you. So Todd is one of our Brand Creators Academy members and crushing it. But you're gonna enjoy that, Todd. Rebecca, what's up there? How are you doing? Glad to have you back. Josh, good morning to you. What's up? Justin, all the way from Australia. What is up? Salama is here. Excited. Yeah, I'm excited too. This is going to be an amazing week. Good morning, Derek. Welcome back. Ready with a pen and paper. Good, because I've got some stuff you might want to write down. All right. And let's see. Karen, always good to see you. Good morning. Sent our first email this morning. Yes, that is awesome. How did it feel when you sent that email this morning? A little nervous, not sure what to expect. What I would like you to do, Karen, and I'm just curious, I think you said you had like 55 people or 70 people, something like that. Let me know tomorrow what your open rate is. And you can even check like right now. You're probably already going to see some type of stats depending on what you're using. I think you're using ConvertKit. You'll be able to see that almost instantly. So 55 people, not a lot of people, but you're still going to see how many people are opening your email. So I'm really curious. When you have a smaller list, generally it's higher. So that'd be cool. Derek from Atlanta, what is up, man? In the house. Mondays are a wake-up call. Still waking up to the new ideas that help me in creation of my course, 40 days without processed foods. Oh, I love that. That's a great idea. I love that. You know why that's a great idea? Because 40 days, there's an end in mind to that, even though we know after that, there's going to be more, right? And that's really cool, man. I'm excited for you. Justin, the regulars don't need a reminder. Yes, I know. But you know what? It's nice to have a reminder just in case. Mike Smiley, welcome back, man. I didn't see you in the past couple of morning talks. Good morning from, Mark Lenore. What's up, man? How are you? Renee, hello. Good to see you. Helene, yes, ConvertKit open and ready to go. All right, cool. So what do you say? Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time right now, welcome. This is what we're calling the Take Action Morning Crew. This is where we get our day set up right, started right, inspiration, motivation, but also some action steps so we can go out there and rock our day. And also, guys, you guys that are regulars, you guys have known, I got something I'm going to be announcing next Monday. So a week from today, man, oh man, am I excited, but I'm also a little nervous. It's a big change, but yet not. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's a change, but it's not a change. It's more of a change here internally and me going forward to where I want to go. Really excited. I'm going to be announcing that on the podcast, but I'm going to announce it here first. So stay tuned. And that's why you want to be part of this morning crew. Good morning over there on Instagram. I see a few people saying good morning. Jay Haley, what's up? How are you? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get to it. If you guys have any questions while I'm going through this, please put them in the comments. Also, do me a favor. I should have mentioned this earlier. Again, I've got a lot of things I want to share with you guys. Make sure that if you are on YouTube, make sure that you go here after it's live so you can go and check out the past coffee talks because there's been a lot of great discussions there. So make sure that you do that. All right, cool. Let's do it. All right. So we all know, well, we should know that email marketing is, you guys know I'm a huge fan. Okay. I've been doing email marketing for years. Okay. And it's not really changed. It really hasn't. I mean, the same messaging that I was doing way back in the day, I've learned a ton. I've been able to write better, which, by the way, if you're thinking to yourself, I don't know how to write, I can't write. Well, I'm here to tell you that if I can write, you can write because I struggled for the longest time. I still struggle, but there is a formula. All right. And as you do more of it, you're going to get better at it. It's like anything, right? We flex the muscle, we're going to get, stronger. So we want to just keep flexing that muscle. The other thing I get from a lot of people too is like, well, I'm not quite sure what to write. You guys, for anyone that has an email list right now, do you struggle with what to write? Like, are you sitting there like, oh, I know I should write my email list, but I'm just not sure I don't really have anything to say. I don't know what, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know what to write. Let me know in the comments if you're stuck there at all. We can go over some ideas on how to get you unstuck. But I think after you read this email that I wrote this morning, you'll see exactly what I mean. And actually, the email I wrote this morning to maybe you might have received it, but everyone that is a podcast listener that has signed up to receive emails from me this morning, I just kind of jumped on and I talked about what I wanted to talk about. Nothing for sale. I talked about our coffee talk here a little bit. I talked about just keeping things simple, how to get out there and rock your week. Like that was it, right? But there is some things that I'm doing in those emails that are intentional. And I think being intentional when writing email or doing anything is really, really important. Super important. All right. So you want to be intentional to a certain degree. All right. So let me dive in here. All right. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Here is the email that I wrote. You can see my cursor there. That's good because then I can highlight things. So see this right here? That's our subject line. Now, if you guys were on one of our past coffee talks, you heard me talk about subject lines, how to get attention in writing emails. Like, how do I get attention in an inbox? We talked about that. Well, in that inbox, we're kind of competing with other people. The first thing is we want people to trust you. So how do you do that? You show up with value. And this email right here is going to demonstrate how you add value and also build relationships, okay? And get people to really want to open your emails, all right? So I'm going to read through this and then I'm going to break it down. We'll talk through some of these things that I'm doing, but also how you can incorporate this, all right? So the subject line would read, new bass fishing tip. And then in brackets, you need to try this. So number one, we use the word new. Okay. So we talked about that. New is like the ultimate. Everyone wants something new. I actually just used that today in another brand of mine. And I used new as the main thing. I even put it in brackets. It gets attention. We all want to know what's new, right? So now, not only does that work, it's not going to work if you just write new. It has to be to the right people. And if it's calling out what they signed up for or the market, right? So I'm writing to, let's say, the bass fishing market, right? So new bass fishing tip. So if I'm a bass fisherman and I signed up to receive either, maybe it's a tip on or a guide on how to catch more bass, or maybe I bought one of your bass fishing lures or something, right? And then I show up with new bass fishing tip, right? I talked about this the other day too. I bought some bird feed or bird seed and also some deer food. And I bought it from Tractor Supply. They should have sent me an email following up maybe a week later and said, hey, 5 tips to keep squirrels out of your feeder. I would have read that, right? Instead of just sending me out a flyer, right? So you got to know who you're speaking to. That's number one. So I know that if I'm writing to bass fishermen or women, you're basically looking to catch more bass. So you're going to see here, new bass fishing tip, and then you need to try this. It makes me want to read even more because I'm like, I want to know what you're talking about. What do I want to try, right? So that's first step, all right? So now moving into the email, I start out not by necessarily speaking to everyone, although you can say, hey there, friends, if you want, or you can just jump right in as if you're talking to a friend. I like talking one-on-one. I like speaking to one person. That's how I like to write. So listen, let's go through this and then I'm going to go back and we're going to do a little bit of deep dive here. Okay. I hope you had a great weekend and you had a chance to drop the line in the water. Today, I had to share this new tip I tried over the weekend because in the past, I've struggled with catching fish in ponds, right? So then I move on to, there's a new color green worm on the market and a ton of others are saying it works like no other. Okay. So I put it to the test and holy moly, it worked like crazy. But I learned a simple tip that made this work even better on how I attached the rubber worm. Watch the video I shot here, plus pick of 5-pound bass, right? I still can't believe how well this works. You need to give it a try. Trust me. You'll thank me later. Smiley face. Have a great day. Tight lines, my friend. Jim. P.S. Oh, I forgot to mention, I tried 3 different lures with this new color worm, and I give the pros and cons of all 3 here too. And then that would link to the video. That's it. That is the email. So I'm going to break this down now. All right. After I take a sip of coffee. Do you think you could write an email like that? How hard is that? Like, it is so simple. You're not trying to sell anything, right? And here's the thing. If you're looking at like, what am I doing here? And I'll break this down. What am I doing here? How could you possibly buy something from me? We're going to get into that. Okay. And you don't always need to sell. Okay. But if you also are building a brand, as we've talked in the past, and it's built off content and it's built off of a website with a blog, well, we can make money once people arrive there. So all we got to do is get them there. But what if we can get them there all the time? What if we send an email out and we get 1,000 people from our email list to actually go there, not read it, not open it, go there, clicks. All right. We've been able to get 2,000 to 3,000 link clicks from one email that go over to our blog. Imagine that, right? By doing this, not selling. The emails I write in this one brand, I send 3 emails a week. We don't sell anything in there. Maybe once a month, we'll put a promotion out there, but it's always backed with content. Always. All right. All right. So I know there's going to be a flood of questions, so I'm going to leave a little bit more time here today, and I don't want to go too long here. I try to keep these to 30 minutes. It's not always easy. All right. So let me just kind of go through this. So I start off by saying, I hope you had a great weekend and you had a chance to drop the line in the water. That's as if I was talking to you. Let's say I'm talking to my buddy, Todd. Todd, I just wrote this email to you. You're a bass fisherman. We're buddies, right? I hope you had a great weekend and you had a chance to drop the line in the water. Okay. Today, I had to share this new tip I tried over the weekend because in the past, I've struggled with catching fish in ponds. I probably could have said there, I've struggled with catching bass in ponds, something like that. And then I went on to say, there's a new color green worm on the market and a ton of others are saying it works like no other. So I put it to the test and holy moly, it worked like crazy. I'm sharing this with a buddy. I'm sharing this with one person, but actually it's too many. Okay. But I learned a simple tip that made this work even better on how I attach the rubber worm. Curiosity. You see what happened there? So I'm bonding in the front part, right? You and I, we're together. We're in this. Hope you had a great weekend, just like I would a friend, right? Because I look at everyone that's on my email list as a friend. Okay. And that's how you should as well. Okay. So I'm adding curiosity there. Also, there's a problem there, and most people that are bass fishermen probably struggle in a pond. I know I do right now. I've got a pond out back. I've been trying to catch a bass for like the past 2 weeks, and I haven't had any luck. And I'm trying all these different things, but I have caught bass in there, so I know they're in there, right? So this kind of is meta, but I'm not a huge bass fisherman. I like fishing. I'm not that great at it. So this terminology doesn't really jives. So anyway, so I went on to say, so I put it to the test and holy moly, it worked like crazy. So again, you're like, oh my gosh, I want to see what the heck this is. A green worm. What kind of green? What color is it? I like, what type of green? Is it lime green? Is it dark green? Like, what is it? Is it speckly? I don't know. Right. But I'm just dropping in curiosity. Okay. I'm not showing a picture in here right now, although I could, which also can work. But then I go on to say, but I learned a simple tip that made this work even better on how I attached the rubber worm. Watch the video I shot here, plus pick of 5-pound bass. So number one, you want to watch the video if you want to see exactly how I did it. And then number two, I'm stacking another part of curiosity. You want to see that 5-pound bass, right? Who doesn't want to see a 5-pound bass if you're a bass fisherman, right? I still can't believe how well this works. You need to give it a try. Trust me. You'll thank me later, smiley face. That right there, that little you'll thank me later, smiley face, joke. It's a joke. If you and I were hanging out, I'd be like, you got to give that a try. You'll thank me later. You're just speaking your voice inside of that email. That's all that we're doing here. That's how you create relationships. That's how you make yourself real and not a company. Best Buy is not going to do that. Tractor Supply is not going to do that. Okay. We're going to do that. And that is powerful. Okay. It's huge. Have a great day. Tight lines, my friend. I learned tight lines from my buddy, Todd, who's in Brand Creators Academy. And him and another guy were going back and forth. And then they just signed off and said tight lines. And I'm like, what the heck does that mean? They said, well, it's when you're a fisherman, that's kind of like the talk. So I said, okay, I'm going to start using that. Signed it off as Jim. P.S. Oh, I forgot to mention, I tried 3 different lures with this new color worm and I give the pros and cons on all 3 here too. What's that do? Another piece of curiosity. I want to know what 3 lures you were using. You see, so simple, but you need to understand how you're writing as far as who you're writing to, the voice you're using, and all of that stuff. It does not have to be hard. Okay. Very, very short email. but you can see all of the different things that's happening inside of that email. And then you just rinse and repeat. You always open a little bit of like, hey, hope you had a great weekend. Oh, hey, hope I'm not bothering you right now, but I had to share this with you, right? It's like you would share a friend. Practice writing an email to one person, one of your friends, because you just discovered a new gardening thing that you know that they're a gardener and you're like, you got to try this. I don't want to use chemicals, but I've been using vinegar and it's been really working well. You got to try this. It's a certain blend or something. I don't know, right? How would you write that to a friend? Practice doing that. It's not that hard. Okay, we're going to have some questions. And was that helpful? Let me know if that was helpful. I need to know if that's helpful. If it is, we can do more of these. I love doing these, by the way. And I can write another email on something else. Underwater basket weaving. Maybe we'll do that one. I don't know. So let me know that. Let's go ahead and I'll pull that. Let's see. We'll go to that shot. There we go. Let's see. Oh, Mike says, Wifey Poo had me doing honeydew stuff this weekend. Very sore. Tell me about it. I was out there fixing up the pool area where we had some water eroding down the hill. So I had to clean that all up. How often and long did you write when you were writing your book? That was done weekly and definitely dedicated time to that. I would say minimum of 2 hours per week. And then I would break that down, but sometimes 4 hours. But I would designate some certain times. So that way it was set up to do. Get me unstuck. Well, help me with that. What are you stuck on? Definitely don't know how to create emails, content, software integration, and calendar planning out the emails. Start with one email and use a tool that is easy. That's my recommendation. Whatever that is. For me, it's ConvertKit. I love ConvertKit. I use it all the time. It's great. I've used ActiveCampaign, Infusionsoft, Aweber, MailChimp. I've used them all. And they're all good. But what's the easiest that you're going to be able to show up and write emails? Derek says, yes, I think that means that this is useful. Todd says, just an FYI, Scott, drop a line in the water. Ha, ha, ha. Getting better with the fishing terminology, though. Great email. Thanks, man. So add videos to your emails or memes. Well, yeah, I wouldn't add the video inside. The thing you can play around with in that email is you could drop a picture of the video that would, again, add curiosity and wanting people to click over. The problem with sending out an email with an image is it can look to the mail providers, the email providers, as spam whenever you're adding images or HTML or anything like that. So you want to go light on that stuff. I use it every now and then, but not often, because I want to keep my open rate higher and I want my deliverability to be there. Mike says, definitely need to polish my email subject line. Sent 1,500 emails to my customer list and got a total of 14.2% open rate. That's awesome. Did you send to the unopens? You know I'm going to come at you on that one. Did you send to the unopens? Agnet, thank you. Yeah, no problem. Please do a coffee talk on humanizing brand when not using your face as a brand. That's the second request for that. So I think we're going to have to do that coming up, right? Good interview, copy blogger, Nathan Barry, ConvertKit. Yeah, Nathan's great. And it's funny, if anybody knows the backstory on Nathan Barry, who created ConvertKit, he was a software developer, kind of hobbyist, and he created ConvertKit, but he taught basically how to develop software in a sense, and writing about it and creating books about it. Yeah, so he's smart, and definitely, I mean, this is from ConvertKit, create every day. And they've got a little symbol. See? So that's a ConvertKit shirt. And I should probably mention this. I don't think I've made a banner of that. But if you want to get some bonuses after you join the ConvertKit, again, I don't sell on this coffee talk, but you can buy me a cup of coffee if you go through my ConvertKit affiliate link, which I do endorse because I use them and I love them. So if you go to theamazingseller.com/ConvertKit, you can get a free trial. Plus you can get, I think 500 email subscribers for free up. You know, you can have that many. And then I will give you what we call our audience accelerator. It's a bunch of templates that you can just model, kind of like this email right here. And we've got some more cool stuff that we're going to be adding to that little bonus. Mike says, I'm taking the Fifth Amendment to the resend to unopens, but Schrodner would say, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. You got to do it, man. Oh, you're going to get that 15% or 14%, whatever it was, 14.2. You're going to get that up to 18 to 20%, guaranteed. Do you recommend a particular webinar software? I have used Webinar Jam and I like it. Haven't done webinars in a while, but when I do, I would use Webinar Jam. There's other ones out there, Ever Webinar, which is, I believe, a sister product of Webinar Jam. There's a bunch out there. Let's see. Oh, and Helene says, yes, please. Third request for that, for basically humanizing a faceless brand. Well, one quick tip, guys, on that is I would create a voice and a person that is the spokesperson for the brand. That way there, even if you are writing as that person, you're going to step into that person, okay? Listen, let me take a sip of coffee here. You need to become the voice, okay? And I don't mean the voice on TV, you know, the TV show. You need to become that voice. The way that you become that voice is you create that character, okay? It's just like a TV show, guys. You got to have a character. All right. Everyone wants someone that is going to be their guide. You are the guide. Maybe not you, the other person. If you're just going to be the Tractor Supply company, to me, it's not going to work as well. Email marketing is just going to be okay. Can it still get you sales? Yes. Are you going to send out a flyer once a week? Yes. Are you going to get people that are going to open it? Yes. Is it going to be the same? No. And we're talking about taking our attention from our email list and then directing them over to our blog post or our website. Because here's what happens. When we drive people over to that blog post. So if I look back over here, let me go back to this. If I look over here and I say, this person, when they go here, okay, they're going to watch a video that resides on my website. On that website, there are ads that are being displayed that I'm going to get paid for, whether you buy or not. That's going to happen automatically. Okay. So just because I'm sending you there, okay, I'm going to be able to get paid from an ad network without you even buying anything, just showing up. Okay. That's number one. Number two, there's going to be affiliate offers somewhere probably within that post. When I'm talking about those fishing lures, if they're mine, I'm going to link to them. If they're not mine, I'm going to link to someone else's, right? So it's an opportunity for me to sell without selling and deliver value. And there's other ways that you're going to pay me just from being a visitor of my website versus someone that has to actually put their credit card in. So there's those things. Then I'll have digital guides on there, ebooks, right? That I can sell for, you know, $5.99 or $19.99, right? So there's that's there, okay? Or let's say that maybe I do have my own physical product. Maybe I have my own digital product. There's ways once you get there for me to have you continually go through the ecosystem. And in that ecosystem, during that journey, during the places where you're going, there's going to be opportunities for you to bring money into our brand, okay? Whether you buy or not, okay? And that's the cool thing. You can give without having to be like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. You don't have to be like that. Who would rather be able to have diversification, number one, in their brand? So this way here, you could be making money even if you're not actually making a transaction. Like, who wouldn't want that, right? So everything that I build, that's why we go really, really deep in this inside of Brand Creators Academy, the playbook, all of the stuff that we talk about is always following the principles of find a market. From there, make sure that that market is able to get traffic. From there, make sure that you can monetize that traffic once you are able to get the traffic. And that is the formula. The email is going to allow us to have a traffic channel of people that can buy our stuff or visit our site, maybe buy, maybe not buy, maybe share our stuff, right? Like there's going to be people on these coffee talks that never buy anything from me. And I am totally okay with that. I am totally okay because the way that you're going to pay me is maybe you're going to share this with someone. Maybe you're going to invite someone to an upcoming coffee talk, which by the way, I would love if you would do that. So that's what you can do for me. That's a form of payment. That's a goodwill gesture, right? You invite someone that you think would be valuable for this coffee talk, and I'm paid. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Or maybe you're going to go through my ConvertKit link and you're going to buy me a cup of coffee. That'd be awesome. And you didn't have to pay anything extra. ConvertKit's going to do it. They're going to take less on the sale and they're going to pay me a little bit. It's great, right? You buy me a cup of coffee, didn't cost you anything. You just did me a favor. Great. Thank you. Right? Some of you are going to join Brand Creators Academy when we reopen. There's going to be a few of you that will, maybe on this coffee talk. Or maybe I'm going to do maybe it's going to be a live workshop at my lake house when we can start having live stuff again, right? Maybe that's going to happen. Then we're going to hang out for a couple of days. Okay. So there's different things that we can do in our business without people actually buying from us. But there are going to be ones that are going to want to buy. Okay. So that's my thinking. It's my way of being able to give and not always be just chasing the money. If you're just chasing the money, it's going to become harder and stressful. And all you're going to do is come across as a salesperson. We don't want that, right? So why not diversify our traffic, diversify our revenue streams? It just makes life a lot easier. And it also makes it more attractive if you're ever going to sell it. All right. So let's see. Do we have any other questions before we wrap up here today? Let's see here. Let me go back to that. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, we got some more questions here. Quick. Let's see. Salama, can two people with the same name build a channel with their name on YouTube? You probably could. I'm not sure I would recommend it. And I'm not sure that I would create, let's see here, same name build. Okay, so you're saying like if I wanted to come up and do brand creators something and then make that my YouTube channel, if someone already has it, you can do it. I probably wouldn't unless it was like an account that wasn't that active. Let's see. Do you send the emails out every day or every other day? Well, I usually send out 3 emails a week, and it's typically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And what that does is that allows me to send to the unopens on the off day. If you're just starting, I like to send out 2 emails a week. And then from there, if you're like, some people are like, well, I don't know what to write, which is actually not that hard. But you want to send at least 1 email per week, or else people they're going to forget about who you are. Let's talk about that real quick though, before we do wrap up. What do you write if you have nothing to write about? This is why creating content on your website is so important, because it helps with this. If you wrote a blog post on how to catch more bass in a pond, well, you're going to go ahead and be able to say, hey, I just wrote a blog post on how to catch more bass in a pond, right? And so this way here, we're able to do that, right? We're able to send people to that blog post. All right. So that's why you want to start thinking about what does your market want? What do they need? And then from there, you can write that content. The other thing is when you have an email list, you can ask people. Just like here, you guys have said you want to know more on how to write as a faceless brand, right? There's a piece of content I'm going to create, right? And then I'm going to share it with you guys. And I'm going to share it with everyone else, right? There you go. It's a perfect example. So we want to ask questions. Rebecca, I have no email list yet per se, but have emails of clients for my physical products. Can I use these emails for starters for my blog, or do I need their permission? What are your thoughts on that? So if you have your customers' emails through Shopify or something like that, I would be careful on just sending them an email randomly. What you could do is you could just send them an email and just say, hey, I just wanted to reach out and say, thank you so much for being one of our customers. We are going to be producing some content to help you with X. If you're interested, go here to let us know that you would like to receive these. So this way here, you're dropping in, you're saying, I know that you're a customer. I want your permission to send you stuff in the future. And that would be it. I wouldn't send another one after that unless they jump on that new list. Or the other thing you can do is take that. This is actually a really good way, is take that email list, upload it to Facebook inside your ad manager, and then retarget those people, okay, with an ad that will get them to want to opt in, for whatever you have to offer. And that way there you have their permission. You always want their permission, but if they're a customer, there's nothing wrong with contacting them once and saying, hey, thanks for being a customer. You're not selling them anything. You're just like, we're going to be creating some free resources on this, these topics or whatever, or this thing. If you want to receive these tips and tricks or whatever, go ahead and sign up here. And then you just give them a landing page that they would go to, and then they would re-opt in for that. So that's what I would do there. How do you write sequences of nurturing emails? Again, that's another probably full coffee talk that we're going to have to go into. But basically, you want to take people through the steps. I've walked through this before. You have a starting point and an end point of what they're trying to accomplish. Someone can't catch a fish. Someone wants to catch a fish. What are the tips in between? That's your sequence. In other words, a persona. Become an actor playing a role. You could, yeah. I like to try to, again, become that character if that, and I wouldn't make up a character just because you think it's like what it should be. What does your brand stand for, and who could be that voice that basically is giving you that? And just remember, if a brand has a story, it has a much greater chance of being different than just selling a product. Derek, do you recommend that we create multiple channels to our offers? Yes, but start with one, and then get the one up and running and get that one converting. And then you would go to another channel. I meant your persona name as a brand channel in YouTube and someone else use it. Yeah, I wouldn't use a personal, unless you're building a personal brand. If you're using a personal brand, then yeah, you have to use your own name, but it's going to be confusing then too. So that's what I would recommend there. When do you think it's time to drop people from your email list? Let them drop themselves. And the only way that you're going to have them do this is if you email more frequently, you're going to start getting more unsubscribes. That's good. We want that, because if they unsubscribe, guess what? They're telling us we don't want to receive anything anymore. So that's how you would do that. And then what you can do is you can blatantly just come out in an email and say, I'm unsubscribing you, or you unsubscribed ? And then you would then send, hey, I'm just going through my email list. I want to make sure that you still want to receive information from us. If you do not, click this link. And then you would give them the unsubscribe link. Boom. That's how you clean it. And I would do that probably, I don't know, every 3 to 4 months. And then also you're going to see the people that don't open emails. Those people, I would say after 90 days, I would send an email to those people and give them a little bit of time. And that way there you can clean it that way. Hey, Pat, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Let's see. Wow. I feel more confident when I write my content. Thank you. No problem, Renee. Not at all. All right, cool. So let's do this. All right, let's wrap this up officially. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to write an email to a friend, and you don't have to send it. Just write an email to a friend of something that you have discovered or something that you wanted to share because you're excited about it, right? Write that email. All right. That's what I want you to do. That's your homework. All right. And I want to know also, is there anything else that you want me to discuss here on an upcoming coffee talk? All right. Because I want to make sure that I'm delivering for you guys. I don't want all of these to be about email marketing. I want them to be about mindset, inspiration, motivation, all of that fun stuff. But I do want to make sure that I'm giving you what you need and what you want. All right. So make sure that you do that. But also make sure that you do this. All right. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That way you get notified. Make sure that you turn on the notifications. All right. On Facebook, make sure you do that as well. Make sure you turn on the notifications. And also, let me give you that link. All right. If you want to become part of the coffee crew, the Take Action Coffee Crew, make sure you go to theamazingseller.com/coffee crew. And that will put you on a Facebook Messenger list, which will only be used to basically let you know about these coffee talks. And if I have anything else that I want to share, or maybe it's a special session that I'm going to be doing, or maybe I'm going to ask you for feedback, it'll be done through that channel. It's just a lot easier on Facebook to do that. So make sure that you do that if you want to be part of our Take Action Morning Crew, which I would love to have you be a part of that. All right. So that is going to officially wrap this up. I want you guys to go out there and have an amazing day, and just really don't overcomplicate things. Make things simple, because let me tell you something. Simple is powerful. Simple is powerful. All right, guys. So have an awesome, amazing day. Take care, take action, and I'll see you tomorrow on our upcoming coffee talk. Take care, guys.